What's up, everybody? It's Matt, Comic Quarter 410. Finally getting around to doing a video of my CGC and CBCS submissions from Baltimore Comic Con. I know what you're thinking. Wasn't that show at the beginning of October? Yeah, it was. It just took CBCS 6 months to get my books pressed and graded and back to me, which I wasn't that thrilled with. I know they were recently acquired by Beckett, so hopefully by next year they have some of these problems smoothed out. Overall, I'm pretty happy with my submissions. Showed a few of these books that I got done on site at the convention. I showed a few of these already, but first up, I took one of my copies of Dark Knight Returns, got it signed by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. Came back a 9.6 with white pages. Was very happy with this. Although Frank Miller charged a lot, you have to get a VIP ticket, and it was still a long wait even with the VIP ticket, but very happy with the book nonetheless. I believe this is the only book that I bought at the show that I submitted. This is the Bulletproof Comics Gabriel Dell'Otto Virgin variant to Dark Knight's Metal #2. The guy from Bulletproof Comics was really cool. He let me pick through a bunch of copies and pick out the one I wanted, and it came back a 9.8. So very happy with that as well. Already showed this. Big thank you to my buddy Evan Leahy, who let me know he knew someone who had this book up for sale about a year ago or so. And very happy this came back in 9.0 with off-white to white pages. This is the Kid Colt Outlaw 205 30-cent test cover. Got Marv Wolfman to sign a couple books for me. Took my Teen Titans #2. Got him to sign that. Came back in 8.5 with white pages. It's one of my all-time favorite creative runs on any series. Wolfman and Perez's new Teen Titans. Very happy with that. Also got Marv Wolfman to sign my Tomb of Dracula 10. That came back a 9.2 with off-white to white pages. Very, very happy with that as well. Love that cover. And also submitted my Werewolf by Night 32. Came back as 7.5 with off-white to white pages. I got this book back in the 90s, so very happy with that grade. Next up, got to meet Scotty Young, just barely. He only showed up Sunday for like 2 hours. Knew this wasn't going to get the best grade, but I got Scotty Young to sign it, and Kari Andrews was there as well, and I got him to sign it, and he remarked it with that Spidey head. So I was like, you know what, for my collection, I've got to get that yellow labeled. Came back in 8.0. Still really happy with it. And got him to sign my I Hate Fairyland #1. That came back a 9.6 with white pages. Had to cover that up for the children's, but this is the F Fairyland variant. Came back a 9.8 with white pages. Really, really love that series, so I was happy to get those signed. Got Amanda Connor to sign my New 52 Harley Quinn #1. Also had it signed by Jimmy Palmiotti. That came back a 9.6 with white pages. I'm pretty happy. I don't really dispute any of my grades. There's one I'd like to know, because CBCS still hasn't uploaded most of my graders notes, but I do think overall CBCS is grading pretty tough right now. I don't know what people who have submitted to them over the last year think, but I think they're grading pretty strict right now. I see a lot of these books, like for instance, why this didn't get a 9.6 or 9.8, but 9.4 is near mint. I'm always happy with that, especially for what I paid for this variant. Just a beautiful Amanda Connor cover to Secret Wars #1 that she signed for me. Really dig that cover. Got Joseph Michael Linsner to sign my Cry for Dawn #5. Awesome cover there. That came back a 9.4 with white pages. He's a super nice guy. I've got him to do a few commissions for me. And his wife's really nice too. Bought this Harley's Little Black Book #3 Linsner variant off my good buddy Evan Leahy, and he gave me an extra copy to get signed for him and one for my friend Ira, and all three of them came back 9.8, so good eye on that, Evan. Very happy with that. Love that cover there. This guy was charging a lot of money to sign a book for grading. $30 Steve McNiven charged to sign this Wolverine 66 for me. Came back at 9.4 with white pages. I think he was still charging 10 just to sign a book, period. So another book I got off my buddy Evan Leahy. I got one signed for him as well, and he let me keep the better grade. J.G. Jones variant to Savage Wolverine #15. Came back 9.8 with white pages. Thank you once again, Evan. Took a nice copy of Super Friends 28. Got Ramona Fradon to sign it. That came back a 9.4 with white pages. I knew when I saw this copy I had to buy it. I still didn't pay that much for it, but always liked this face-off cover. Been used many times. X-Men 100. This is one I wanted to see the grader's notes on, because I don't really see why it got this grade, and it also got the check mark that it looks better than an 8.5, but got Frank Cho to sign my Liberty Meadows #1 first print, and I just don't see what got it this grade, so I really hope they get me my grader's notes, because this is the one in particular I'd like to know. It got that check mark, so yeah, just be nice to know. Got Frank Cho to sign another copy of this Ultimates 3 #3 variant. Absolutely love this cover. Scarlet Witch variant. Cho signed it. Came back in 9.8 with white pages. Love that book. Got Walt Simonson signed my Batman #300. That came back in 8.5 with white pages. Always happy when he does my show. Him and his wife are just super nice. Met this guy for the first time this year. He signed all my He-Man vs. Thundercat, or Masters of the Universe vs. Thundercats. Signed all my Batman vs. Turtles. And he had this variant for sale at his table. He said he doesn't sell them online. He only sells them at conventions. Forget what the print run was, but I grabbed it from him, got it signed. Came back 9.8 Batman TMNT #1 Freddie Williams variant. Very cool guy. Really like his artwork. I was told this guy doesn't do too many U.S. appearances, so I went ahead and got quite a few books signed by Lee Bermejo. Got my Daredevil 100 variant signed. Came back in 9.6 with white pages. Got the 1 in 25 Lee Bermejo variant to Superman Unchained #1 signed. That came back in 9.6 as well. Had to get this Harley cover signed. Secret Origins number 4, signed by Lee Bermejo, came back 9.6 as well. And got my Before Watchmen Rorschach number 1, signed by Lee Bermejo. That came back in 9.6 as well. So pretty happy with all those. I tried in vain to get a commission from him, but he was only doing, I think, 3 per day. Submitted this for Red Label to CBCS. This is the 30-cent test cover to Hulk 199, and I got it signed by Sal Buscema and didn't submit it when I got it signed, so I just submitted it for Red Label. That's about what I thought it would come back, maybe an 8.5, but happy with that nonetheless. I also got certified to autograph witness. Me and my friend Buzz did at Monster Mania Con, Maryland. Was very happy with my submissions from that con as well. Got to meet Adrienne Barbeau finally. Got her to sign this gorgeous Swamp Thing Annual number 1. Always love this cover. It's the movie adaptation. That's her depicted on the cover. She signed it my best, Adrienne Barbeau. Came back a 9.6 with white pages. That's a nice book for any Swamp Thing fan to have. So very happy with that. Got to meet Tobin Bell, who plays Jigsaw in the Saw movies. Got the Saw Rebirth number 1. Signed by Tobin Bell there. He drew a heart on it, which I thought was kind of funny. He was a really nice, soft-spoken guy, really cool. But happy with this one. Looks great in red, and came back a 9.8 with white pages. The only living universal monster, Riku Browning, was at this show. I got a few things signed by him. But I submitted my Dark Horse Comics Creature from the Black Lagoon prestige format adaptation with this gorgeous Art Adams cover. Riku Browning signed it right there. 9.2 with white pages. Michael Biehn, Reese from Terminator, Corporal Hicks from Aliens. Johnny Ringo from Tombstone, he was there. What a nice guy. Waited in line a bit to meet him. And, sorry, that's crooked. And, he wasn't charging much. I think he was charging 25 or 30 bucks. But, again, wish I had the grader's notes, because I'm not sure why this book here got a 9.0. But, got Michael Biehn to sign my Terminator Burning Earth number 1. And this one, I can kind of see it. I think a 9.0 is a little harsh on it, but it's fine. Aliens number 1, Michael Biehn signed that as well. Yeah, it was rough. Val Kilmer was supposed to do that show as well, because they were in Tombstone together. And he was so sick he couldn't make it. Got to meet Ashley Lawrence and Doug Bradley from Hellraiser. Doug Bradley, of course, played Pinhead. They signed this Clive Barker's Hellraiser number 1. Got a 9.2 with white pages. Gorgeous John Bolton cover. And I got them to, or actually, sorry, just Doug signed my Hellraiser number 20. That came back a 9.2. Great cover. It's by an artist named Tristan Shane, who I'm not familiar with, but great cover on that. And last but not least, got some sketch covers done this year. First up, last 3 years in a row, I've got G.I. Joe sketch covers from S.L. Gallant on these G.I. Joe number 196 blanks. And he does a great job. His full-figured commissions are very reasonably priced. And this year I decided to get Snake Eyes and Timber. to go with my collection. I already have a Shipwreck from him, a Baroness, and Spirit. And now I have Snake Eyes and Timber, and he did an amazing job. That got a 9.8, so I'm very happy with that. Got a very, very affordable commission from Marvel Bronze Age artist Ron Wilson. Did an Iron Man on this Armor Wars #1. Got a 9.6. It's a wraparound he did. Almost kind of wish I'd left it out. It looks much better laid out, obviously. But very cool nonetheless. That was very reasonably priced for someone of his stature. Got 2 commissions from the Living Corpse team. Again, I'm very happy with this book, but I'm almost not sure if I am happy that I got it slabbed, because now I can take a look at the picture I took. I was smart enough to at least lay this out flat and take a picture of the wraparound, but now that it's slabbed, I can no longer look at it, but it still looks beautiful as a half cover. That's why I guess it works. But Buzz and Ken always do an amazing job. They did a great job on this Future Quest Space Ghost commission. Got a 9.8. It has Zorak on the back there. But yeah, I guess that works as a wrap or a single cover, so happy with that. Last but not least, very happy to get a Dawn commission from Joseph Michael Linsner on one of these Dawn sketchbooks. I think he did them for 2011 and 12. They're pretty much impossible to find not drawn on already. And this one got a 9.6 with that check mark. So happy with that. Just a beautiful commission. He did a great job on this, and very, very happy to own a Dawn piece from him. Never thought I would. So, everyone, I appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping by. Take care of yourselves and enjoy your comics.